Hello everyone, welcome back to our auto accounting series. In this video, we are going to discuss what is reconciliation, bank reconciliation in auto accounting module, and how we can configure different reconciliation models and how we can use reconciliation models according to our business workflow in auto accounting module. So let's move with the definition. So what is basically bank reconciliation? Bank reconciliation is basically a process of matching your bank transaction with your business records, such as customer invoices, vendor bills, and payments. Not only is this compulsory for most businesses, but it also offers several benefits, such as reduced risk of errors in financial reports, reduction of fraudulent activities, and improved cash flow management. So I'll go into Odoo ERP system. I'll find accounting module. In accounting module, we have to click on dashboard. In dashboard, you can see here the bank related journal is here. Which simply you can see there are two smart buttons. 11 to reconcile, transactions. This is the balance. This is last statement, payments and miscellaneous operations. So I click onto the bank. On this left side, on this screen, you can see this is basically bank reconciliation screen. On the left side, you can see these are basically your transactions which is coming from your report, from bank report, or if your bank is online synchronized with your auto accounting system, so system will automatically fetch all those transactions from your bank account and will show on to the left side. Here you can see the balance, and this is basically the transactions which is coming from your bank end. So this is your counterpart transactions. Like you can here see match existing entries. So this is bottom right side transactions are basically your transactions which is related to your invoices, related to bills. Basically, this is counterpart transactions or counterpart entries. So on this side, on this top, onto the top right side, this is basically the resulting transaction screen when we will match our bank transaction with our counterpart entry or counterpart transaction. So these results will we can show, we can see these results on this top right side screen here. So moving further, if your bank is online synchronized with your auto accounting module, so our system will automatically fetch transactions from your bank account. If your bank is not synchronized with your auto accounting module, you can manually upload the sheet here. You can import records here through the bank for the bank statement here, and system will fetch all those transactions here and will show on to the top left side. Or you can simply create on clicking new, you can pass a new manual transaction and manual entry here, which you can match with your counterpart entry or counterpart transaction. So this is how you can import your record. So clicking on this button, you can import transactions as bank statement record into your bank reconciliation screen, or otherwise you can do manual. You can create a manual transaction by clicking on new. So moving further, Odoo by default provide when we install a fiscal localization package in Odoo accounting module. So Odoo by default provides you some basics reconciliation models. What are these reconciliation models and how these reconciliation models help in our Odoo accounting module? Let's look into it. So I'll click onto the configuration and I'll click onto the reconciliation models here. Reconciliation models, these are 4 to 5 reconciliation models by default Odoo provides us. So these are when we install our fiscal localization package according to our country. Odoo by default provide us these reconciliation models. What these reconciliation models works, how these works, and what are reconciliation models? Reconciliation models are basically the automation for your system. So we can create, Odoo allow us to create different models, different reconciliation automation models. So system will do work for us rather than we waste our time on manual work. So these are 5 different models. So we will go with the each of the reconciliation model, and we'll see how this reconciliation model work in Odoo accounting module. So the first model is invoice bill perfect match. And I will also add one point here. You can also create reconciliation models according to your business workflow or according to your business needs. So I will click on invoices builds perfect match. So this is pre-built pre by default available model in auto accounting module. So this is invoice builds perfect match. So there are different settings here, you can see here. This is three different there are three different types in reconciliation model: button to generate counterpart entry, rule to suggest counterpart entry, and rule to match invoices. So currently we are looking into role to match invoices and bills. How this model is working: this is auto validate, search months limits. This is when we click this auto validate, it means system will do auto validate those transactions, and we do not need to do any manual work on those transactions if our transaction fulfill this model. So auto validate is enable. Search months limits. So this is basically configuration. The system will search 18 months old transactions, and if these transactions will fulfill this reconciliation model, then system will automatically auto validate those transactions, and if these transactions are perfect match. So matching order, oldest first and newest first. So it's depend if you want to match the oldest transaction first, or you want to match the newest transaction first. Here you can see journal availability. You can attach your journal here. For example, in our case, this is our bank journal. I'll select this bank journal here, and this model will specify to this specific bank journal. And this next step is amount type: paid, received, received, paid. So these are three different types. So because I am going to create this model for my bills and as well as for the invoices, so I will select here the paid and received amount type here. Amount condition. So what is amount condition? So you can set a condition. If the amount is less than, greater than, or between, you can set some kind of margin. For example, if you are going to give discount on your on your some products, and for example, when we sell something to the customer, so we now that we have to purchase $1,000, but now customer is going to pay this invoice earlier, and now we will provide a discount according to our business policies to our customer. Then we can select a margin, like if the $100, if we reduce $100 our current invoice, so we can set up, okay, so there is a margin of $100, and whenever a transaction will occur, and it there is $100 less than the actual amount, then system will auto validate the system will auto validate that transaction, and we do not need to do any further manual work on these transactions. So this is basically amount condition. We can set amount condition according to our business workflow. This is like is less than, is greater than, is between. Payment tolerance, how much payments tolerance you want. Like as I mentioned, the $100, $20. Like for example, if the amount condition, we said the amount is less than, is lower than, is greater than. For example, is lower than, for example, one $200. And what is payment tolerance? If you want to set any payment tolerance, for example, if the amount is less than, sorry, the amount condition is basically system will only auto validate those transactions which are less than the $200, only validate those transactions. So this is some kind of amount condition. And in payment tolerance, we can select, okay, so $100 or $3 or $2. So we can select here fixed amount, and we can also select according to the percentage here. So whenever the system find this percentage 3%, there is a difference between 3% higher or low, then system will auto validate those transactions if the bill is and our invoice is under the $200. So this is how these two options works here. Same currency, yes, if we are dealing with the Australian dollar and we are doing transaction in Australian dollar, so we can check this, we can select the same currency. If we uncheck this, then this model will work for both international currencies. Like you are dealing with Australian dollar and paying bill into the USD dollar, so then system will also counter those transaction USD transactions when they are matching the bank transaction, when they are reconciling the bank transactions. So what next? Match invoice bill with. So how you want to match your invoice bill with like the bank transaction, with the label, with the note, with the reference. Wo By default this come within label. You can also select note and reference. So this is also label. How you want to match this is label contains, note contains, match or rejects. So it's up to us. Note, if you want to like select note here. So if you want to specify the node contains, what should be the node. So this like for example, node should be the BRT. So same we can do with the label contains. So we have to define what label it should be. We can select those labels and nodes if we want to specify a specific partner or specific transaction. So this these two like features, these configurations help in a specific partner patterns. So what next? Transaction type. So what transaction type transaction contains, like this is basically basically we are setting a lot of conditions in our models. So we can the system can find the perfect match and auto validate those transactions. So but it not must in all cases. You can keep this blank and only use the fields which are most related to your business. Partner is set. Yes, this is set. Matching partner, if you want to set specify a specific partner here, so you can select here. Matching categories, you can define categories here. Pattern mapping, if you want to do you want to more specify your transactions, like system can find them perfectly. So you can also do pattern mapping. You can select here find texting level. For example, if I doing in if I'm creating this model for deco dict customer, so I can see whenever you find deco dict in text label, deco dict in notes, and partner is deco dict, so always you have to refer to this partner. So we can also like partner mapping. We can do partner mapping here for to specify specific things, and our configurations should be more clear and more specified as compared to the generic one. So in this, when we it's up to our business workflow, it's up to our business needs. If we define multiple configurations here, multiple like conditions here, then system will pick the transactions according to your configurations in your reconciliation model. So this is invoice perfect match. So we will test this how this basically work. So I'm going to reset this. I'm not going to save. And you can see there is no payment tolerance, same currency label. So what I will do here, I will go into the customer invoices. In customer invoices, I will select a customer aqueduct, and I will select simple pen, and I say I'm going to $100, sorry 100, and I'm going to sell to this customer. So I confirm this invoice, register the payment into the system. So create payment. Now this is in payment. So I copy this label and we go into the bank reconciling screen. So going back into our accounting module, onto the dashboard, into the bank, we can find this. And here you can see, because I'm not importing any transaction like bank transaction report, so I'm just going to pass a new entry here. So I'll select the partner deco dict, and I say the memo is this is invoice, basically reference memo is this is our reference here, and the total bill is 138. So I say that I received this in my bank account, and this is a manual transaction I'm going to pass in my bank reconciling screen. So add and close. So when I click on this, refresh this one. So you can see here 138 is automatically validated. We do not need to do anything here. System automatically find the invoice 0029 and reconcile that transactions, and avoid and save us from the manual work, and save us from the extra to pass extra to do extra work in our reconciling screen. So this is basically our perfect match model. In perfect match, we pass the same amount 138 as we as system already now that we have to receive 138 due to we the same amount was in our invoice. If we can see here, So in your invoice, this is clear that system have to receive $138 from the customer. So when we pass transaction from our bank transaction, that in through this is the invoice reference 29 and we received 138 in our bank account, then system match both the transaction and say okay, so both the transaction are equal. So it then when the both the transaction are equal, then the reconciling model which is related to which is basically related to perfect match, and this is basically this model worked, and it's automatically auto validate the transaction and save us from the manual work. So this is how invoice bills perfect match rule to match invoice bills basically, and how invoice perfect match auto validated model works in our order counting module. So in our next video, I will discuss how we can use rule to suggest counterpart entry in auto counting module, and I'll also show the example in the next video. So if you like this video, please like and share this video with your other Odoo friends who are learning Odoo. And for now, keep learning, keep growing, and stay tuned for my new video. And for now, have a good one. Bye.